Let's face it, Microsoft Excel charts just out of the box can be really boring, really drab and dry. Something like this. Let's change that up and let's get something more custom that really shows off your data. Something more like this. Let's jump in and take a look. Open in front of you, I've got the example file that I'm going to use to show off how to create these custom charts. Now, I've made this file available for you to download. Just go down to the description of this video, just right down below, and look for the OfficeNewb.com blog, and you'll find a link to the file there. The file is called Book Donations-01, and it's a Microsoft Excel file. So make sure you open that up and you can follow along with me. Now, while you're down there downloading the file, if you enjoyed the video, you learned something new, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. That lets me know that you've enjoyed the video. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you get updates about new videos that we post to this channel each week. So download the file, open it up, and follow along with me. Before we can get in and start to create the custom chart, we need to make sure we've got all the data that we need. Now, open in front of you, I've got the exercise file, and I'm currently looking at the book donations worksheet. Now, inside of this worksheet, I've got a simple little table that shows off current book donations for each class. For example, I've got Mrs. Smith here. Mrs. Smith's class has a goal of $1,000, and they've currently raised $650. Now, there's a couple of columns that don't currently have data. I need to fill in the percentage of the goal. What are they currently at? And I need to know what's left over from that goal. So first step, I'm going to jump into cell E5 and I'm going to create a really simple calculation here. So I'm going to say equals, I'm going to grab Mrs. Smith's amount raised, 650, which is inside of cell D5, and I'll divide that with the goal amount, $1,000 C5. That's it. I'll hit my enter key, and currently Mrs. Smith's class is at 65% of their goal. Now, I need to do this for all of them. So I'm just going to autofill that down, and I've got the percentage of goal for each of these classes. Now, the next calculation, I need to know the remainder. Well, they're currently at 65. How much do they have left? Well, here, I'll just take an equal sign, 1 minus their current percentage of goal. I'll hit my enter key, and they currently have 35% left or remaining of their goal. And I'll copy that down. So just a little bit of simple math here, a little bit of division to find their current percentage, and a little bit of subtraction, just taking 1 representing 100% and subtracting their current percentage of goal to find the remainder. So get these settled first, because we're going to use these two values inside of our custom charts. Now that we've got the data we need for our chart, let's actually create the chart. Now, this is going to be a donut chart, and I'm going to create one for each individual class, Mrs. Smith, Mr. Johnson, and so on. So first step, I'm going to select Mrs. Smith's data. So I'll grab B4 to B5. I want Mrs. Smith, and Mrs. Smith is in the teacher column. Then I'm going to hold down my control key, and I'm going to grab from E4 down to F5. The percentage of goal and the remaining percentage. So once I've got that selected, I'll then go to my Insert tab. I'll go into the Chart section, Pie Chart, and I'm going to grab the donut chart. I'll select that. All right. So we've got our default chart for Microsoft Excel. I mean, it's great. It shows off the data, but it's pretty standard. It's pretty typical, just out of the box Microsoft Excel. So I've got my remainder amount there representing that 35%, and I've got my percentage of goal, the blue one here, as the total amount that they're currently at, in this case, $650. So nail that down, get that chart, but next we're going to start to customize it and get it to look the way we want it. Try this first. All right, we got the beginnings of our chart. Our next step is we're going to add an additional series to this chart to create the little segments that go around the donut. So to create that additional series, I'm going to right-click the chart. I'm going to go down to Select Data. This opens up our Select Data Source window where I can see we got Mrs. Smith and Mrs. Smith's percentage of goal and the remainder value. Great. Now we're going to create a new series that's not part of the original data, but purely for formatting. So I'm going to go into the Legend Entries, the Series section, and I'm going to add one. All right, inside the Edit Series window, we don't have a name. That's okay. Excel's going to name it here in a moment. But the series values is the important part. And right now it just shows one series value in there. But I'm going to create 19 more of them. And all it's going to be is a bunch of ones separated by a comma. So here, I'll do comma, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 20. All right, crossing my fingers. I think I got it there. I think I got 20 little number ones in there. And we'll see why 20 is important here in a moment. We could make it more, we could make it less. But once again, we'll see why that's important and why you really want to think out how many segments you want inside that series. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. All right, this opens up the data source window. Now, before I hit OK again, there's a little bug that sometimes presents itself at this point, and hopefully it happens to me as I'm recording this so you can see it happen and how to fix it. If it doesn't happen to you, congratulations, but it may. Take a look. So I'm going to hit OK, and my chart just disappeared. But no problem, no problem. Little bug, we can fix it. If you right-click the chart, go back to Select Data. I'm just going to select Series 2. There's my chart. I'll hit OK. And now we're back in business. There's our chart. What do you think? You know what? It actually looks worse than it did. But I'm going to give you a little secret here. My mama always told me that it's going to look worse before things get better. True story. So we got our chart. It's on its way. Yeah, we got this extra bar in there, but that bar is going to become very important and make the chart look even better. So get this nailed down first. Let's get that extra series in there with those 20 little segments, and then we'll jump in and start to make it look pretty. We'll add some formatting. Try it out. Now we can start applying some formatting to get this chart looking good. My first step is I'm going to select that new series that we just created, all of those little segments. With that selected, I'm going to right-click and go into the Format Data Series panel. This will open up on the right-hand side of your screen. I'm going to remove my head so we can see a little more of that panel. Now, inside the panel, I'll go to the Format or the Fill section, the little paint bucket. And here, I'm going to go to Solid Fill and down to the little paint bucket, and you get to pick a color. Color's up to you. But ultimately, this color is going to represent the donut chart as it increases in value as it starts to fill, and if it subtracts as it starts to go down. So whatever you want that filling color of your donut chart to look like, that's what you're going to fill in here. So for me, I'm going to go with the orange. I like the orange. I think it's a nice bright color. It's going to look good as the chart grows or shrinks in size. So now that I've got that, I want to take these two series, the new one we just created, and then the Mrs. Smith, that inner one, and stack them on top of one another. Then we're going to adjust the formatting so that we can see the segments through Mrs. Smith. So here, I'll right-click on one of the segments. I'll go into Change Series Chart Type. This opens up our Change Chart Type window. We're currently on a combo. I can see Mrs. Smith and the new series. For Mrs. Smith, I'm going to put that on the secondary axis. And you'll notice now it looks like we only see Mrs. Smith's series. But in reality, series 2 is just behind it. So I'm going to hit OK. There we go. Now we're back to that plain old donut chart again, right? Well, we need to apply some formatting so we can see that series in the background. So I'm going to click once on the donut I have there. This selects both series. I'm going to click again on the percentage series to make sure I get just that one segment selected. With it selected, I'll go back to the Format Data Point window, and I'm going to say No Fill. We're going to turn that off. So now I can see the actual segments back there. And if I move this out of the way a little bit, as Mrs. Smith's amounts change, let's say it goes from 650 to 900, you'll now see the chart start to behave the way we want it to. Let's drop that down to 200. Look at that. How cool is that? Just a little bit of formatting, and we've got this nice customized chart. But let's take it even a step further. So now I'll select the chart again. That gives me both series selected. I'm going to click again on the remainder segment, get that selected, go back into the Format Data Point, go to the Paint Bucket, and here I'm going to say Solid Fill, but I'm going to make this just plain old white, and I'm going to change the transparency. You can see as I adjust that transparency, what's happening back there? Right? I want them to kind of wash out. Let's go with just a plain old 10%, maybe 20%. You play with it, see what looks good for you. But now we got the idea that we're starting to fill that chart up. So again, if I bring this back up to 800, whoop, we're filling up those bars. 900, and so on. With just a little bit of formatting, we've now got this customized chart looking the way that we want it to. Try this out. Jump in. You're going to select each of the series. You're going to play with the formatting. Remember, you're going to put the Mrs. Smith on a secondary axis so you can then stack them and then start to format them to get them to look the way you want it. Now, don't forget, it's a video you're watching. You can always rewind, rewatch segments because there's a lot of moving parts in there, and really nail this down, right? Get the chart to look the way you want it to. Try it out. I'm going to ratchet up the formatting just a little bit here. Take a look. So my first step is I want to get the orange fill to have a little more punch to it, right? So I'm going to select the chart. Let's get that chart selected. Now here's the tricky part. I need to make sure that I'm selecting the orange background because remember that bigger segment in Mrs. Smith has no fill. So if I do any formatting there, I'm not going to see it. So with that selected, back into the Format Data Series window, I'm going to go to the Series Options here, a little down arrow, and I'm going to select Series 2. That way I make sure that I get that segment selected. Once it's selected, I'll go up to my Format tab, get into Shape Effects, and I'm going to do a bevel. I'll grab this first one here. Let's see. Maybe the first one. See if anything else catches my eye. And I think I'm going to do the first one. You decide what you want to do. Totally up to you. I'll select that. And I think that's looking pretty good. Yeah? I'm going to select the chart again. I want to make them a little bit bigger. And I'm going to have to do this a couple of times. So if I look back into my Format Data Series window, I'm currently got the Mrs. Smith selected. If I go to the Series Options, I'm going to decrease the whole size. Let's see. That's 61. I'm going to say it's just an even 60%. Now remember, that's got the Mrs. Smith one, which is transparent. So now I'm going to go back up to Series Options, Series 2, and do the same thing. I'll drop this down to 60%. Just to get those slices a little bit bigger. Now, you can do much more. You can add a shadow to it, add borders to it. You decide. It's just select it, make sure you got the proper one selected, and then apply the formatting. Try this out. Now I'm going to add one more element to this chart. I want to see the percentage. Are we at 70%? Are we at 50%? Where are we at? And I don't just want just a little scratchy number out there, right? I want to put something out that really pops and says that this is a custom element inside this chart. So with the chart selected, I'm going to go up to my Insert tab. I'm going to go into Shapes, and I'm just going to grab the Oval tool here. We'll grab the Oval tool. I'm going to hold down my Shift key and then click and drag to create a circle. Now the Shift key just allows it to be a circle rather than a rough oval. And now I'm just going to position it where I want it. I can use my arrow keys to kind of nudge it, get a little bit more refinement out of that. And I think that's looking pretty good. Now, if I select the shape, I'm then going to go up to my formula bar. And now inside the formula bar, I'm going to reference the percentage for Mrs. Smith. So I'm going to say equals, and I'm going to go grab cell E5, which is the percentage of the goal, and I'll hit my enter key. And there's my 70%. Now to make it look even better, with the circle selected, I'll go to my Home tab, change the alignment options, make sure that that's nice and centered. Maybe I'll bump up the font size. Oop, too big. And I'll change the color. We'll go white and make that bold. And I think that's looking pretty good. Now you can also apply the other formatting to this shape just like you did with the chart. With the shape selected, I can go to Shape Format, Shape Effects, and maybe I'll do the bevel again, right? Maybe the outline, I want that to be white. Now, whatever you want to do to really make this chart your own. Customize it in any way that you want. So last thing here is I can select the legend. I really don't want that. I'll delete that out of there. Make sure I get just the legend selected. Delete that. I can resize the little circle that I put inside of there. Oops, way too big. Way too big. Right, make some tweaks to it. Remember the arrow keys, you can always nudge it around to fit it right where you want. And now I can probably make that font a little bit bigger, right? Get that thing to pop. So try this out, right? Add a shape, then you can make that shape connected to a cell like the percentage and apply any formatting that you want. Try it out. We've been able to take the drab and dreary and boring out of the box Microsoft Excel charts and turn them into something with a little bit of spice to them, right? Customize those charts. Ultimately, this represents your data. Whether that data is good or that data is bad, we're going to make it look good. So get in there, customize your charts to really show off your data. I hope you enjoyed the video. You learned something new. If you have, make sure you give the video a thumbs up, hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you get updates about new videos that we add to this channel each week on Microsoft Excel and other Microsoft applications. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.